Hey nerds, how you doing? I just got through seeing episode 12 of Bojack Horseman, entitled That Went Well, in season 3. Season finale, 26 minutes. It's been a long time since I watched an episode, and this was so melancholy. And the way the show balances the good and the bad of what happens with characters in this final episode is really almost one-sided, because the only person who really feels any real dissonance is Bojack himself, and even in the very last moment he at least gets some catharsis. And doesn't die. Don't know what he's gonna do. I guess a few touching points I want to mention. Everything just sets up that season perfectly. I shouldn't say perfectly, but you can see where certain things are heading. Todd may have just come out as asexual. That's pretty interesting. I think that's a cool identity to represent on the show, of any show. I think it's very awesome. Let's see. I think that Sarah Lynn's death was really heavy, and starting the episode with a flashback and then leading into the surprise of actually she is dead, overdose, was really hurt me deep inside, and I could really feel for Bojack. And how he felt like it was his fault. And at the same time, we know that something's happening with the relationship with that teenage girl is very interesting, and his old friend's daughter may have run away or disappeared or killed herself. And we're gonna find out the consequences of that eventually. But her roommate probably calling Princess Carolyn is probably a tip that things did not go well there either. So I guess that is another negative consequence this season for another character, not just Bojack. I mean, consequently it leads to Bojack, because I'm pretty sure we'll see his old friend again, as she's probably going to threaten him with basically telling the media what happened if he doesn't help find her daughter. And even then, she might still spill the beans. So I'm very interested in how that's going to go. Princess Carolyn wanting to be a manager, I think, is really cool and awesome. Although it does make sense that her new partner is kind of having doubts over whether she'll be happy about it or not, because it is very similar. But we'll see where that goes, because sometimes you just need a little small shift in your goals, and then you can do what you want to do. This character, I had to actually rewind, and Princess Carolyn, Diane trying to get a new job on this blog. This sounds eerily like a blog I'm a really huge subscriber and fan of, Ricky Mag. Shameless plug. Link in the description. It's for a younger audience technically, but it sounded really similar to the things that it does, like a community, also like a blogging and art magazine online. It's really interesting and uplifting, and regardless of your gender, I think anyone could be fulfilled through it. But they made it sound a lot more Tumblr-ish in its presentation, at least how they were talking about it. And this mouse that has Diane, I don't want to say wrapped around her finger, but the reason I said I had to rewind was because after all the all the excessive rhetoric and just like talking so much would seem to be like more a vapid person was presented as, you know, just this youthful rich person who's, you know, just like, you know, she says, I'm not doing this because I want to make money. I'm doing this because I'm rich and I want to meet people. And she wants to stir things up. She wants to be interesting. That's commendable enough, I guess. But I think that she actually really is smart. And she was really trying to probe Diane and figure out if she could get her to do what she wanted in that case, because that might be the biggest reason she even wants Diane, because maybe she's analyzed Mr. Peanut Butter, especially because he's been, you know, a force for a long time. And as we see later with, you know, a resurface of his ex-wife, that he definitely has some skeletons in his closet and might be predetermined to do certain things, especially if he is doing something that she doesn't approve of, that he won't listen to her about and won't change his behavior on. And this whole governor talk seems like the perfect opportunity to literally start off next season with a lot of conflict between them, even though this season has ended technically really well for them, right up until the moment where, you know, his ex-wife comes in. And you could say that went well with that, but you know it won't probably end well if you think about that. I guess actually the what they were talking about, the joke when Bojack was telling you know, his friend that started the new TV show that's basically Fuller House, you know, hey, that went well, you know, it's sarcastic, you know. You have to really like believe in what you're saying to a certain point and to a certain degree, and you have to be thinking in the right mindset. I mean, he was trying to teach him how to act, but I think it was really very crucial to understanding the episode that, you know, it could go both ways. And so all these situations might actually be a double-edged sword. Maybe everything that's seeming negative might actually have a flip side and be positive. And maybe everything that's presented positive might actually have a flip side and be negative. Maybe it's kind of out there to say that, but I definitely think that it's a possibility that a lot of these stories that we're seeing are going to end up pretty opposite. And I hope my prediction comes true, because I'm definitely going to do reviews for next season when it comes, inevitably. To think about what this means for the cast at large, we got a few new characters really in these last 15 minutes, and we got some new revelations. So I'm excited for next season, but I'm going to get back to watching Orange and New Black and doing episode reviews for you on that. So thanks for listening to me, nerds, and have a good one.